3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. This is reading at number 1191. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support and helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. I want to start this reading off by mentioning that somebody here could be going through something powerful on a personal level. It can involve others, but there's a real sense of empowerment here, an unshakable sense of strength that I think is very valuable, and something worth holding on to if you are using that strength for your own highest good, for your own closure, as well as that of others. I also want to mention that I saw the number 111 on the timer while I was being silent there for about 8 seconds. I just saw the number 222. If you don't already know it, the number 1 is about having trust and faith. And the number 2 can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation on your mind, as well as being wise with your choices, making sure that you are protecting yourself on every level, in every way. So however you feel called to protect yourself, however you're making your decisions, have trust and faith in yourself and the universe as you navigate some relationship, more than one possibly, or some situation, also possibly more than one. There's something here about scratching an itch. Of course, this is symbolic. It could be literal, but it definitely feels more symbolic. Maybe there's a sense of empowerment is scratching some sort of itch for you, or it could be something else that is scratching some sort of itch. Maybe it's something here that is stimulating to your brain, your mind, your heart, and your soul. Let's move into interpreting 1191. And there are 3 ones in this number. We did see 111 earlier. So just like this sense of empowerment, there needs to be an unshakable sense of trust and faith in yourself, the universe, another person, a certain situation, however it resonates for you. Having trust and faith is important. Believe in what you are capable of, what is possible for you, and what you and the universe can manifest and create together in tandem, I want to say. Just a little bit of a shout out here for those of you who are feeling called to learn a new language, whether it's spoken, sign language, or some other form of communication. want to give further confirmation to those of you who feel called to learn the language of your ancestors. Perhaps there is something in the country that your ancestors are from or were from. Maybe there's some sort of impact you could have there. And I did feel connected to the Italian word erano. So this means they were. Instead of sono, they are. So these are ancestors who have passed on. And there's a possibility you don't even know them. Certainly not all of them. But they're present with you. Whether they're from this country with a specific language or not, your ancestors are here with you to help you have more trust and faith, and maybe even to help you heal in some way. The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. And for some reason, I wanted to say the number 9 is about having trust and faith. So, it definitely, if you already feel a sense of purpose, some sort of calling, this is confirmation for you to have trust and faith in that calling. When it comes to helping the world release what no longer works, what can you do in your own life? What could you let go of in your own life to encourage that same release in the collective? Your ancestors are acknowledging some sort of calling, past loved ones. I'm very curious to know what you are doing, if I don't know it already. But adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 9 is 11, and 11 plus 1 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. And the number 3 honestly feels like such a fitting number to come up. Maybe for more than one reason. But it is about using your voice, expressing yourself, and maybe even taking an opportunity to heal, to grow. Again, I wanted to say, with the number 3, it's about trust and faith. I don't interpret the number 3 or the number 9 like that usually, but that tells me not only should you have trust and faith in whatever sense of purpose you're feeling, whoever or whatever you feel called to release, to make an impact. There's also a call here to have trust and faith in your own voice, your own words, your own healing. There's something here about your own closure being powerful and having an impact. Overall, this number 1191 has sent a very strong message for you to ground yourself, your endeavors, in trust, in faith. It feels like you're really doing something right here. That's what I can say. So, if you really do align with some sense of purpose, trust it, have faith in it. And if there's someone or something you feel like you need to let go to honor that trust and that faith in your sense of purpose, then let go. Use your voice. Heal. Grow. Make an impact. And be wise with your choices moving forward. Because they do feel like, it does feel like no matter what way you move forward, you're going to have an impact, but you get to decide what kind of impact that's going to be based on what you choose to say or what you choose to do. So you can see that there are a couple of decks of cards on the table. Right here is the Prism of Visions Tarot, and these are just cards that I made and wrote on myself, with things that I just felt called to write. I'm just going to start with one of these tarot cards. We're going to look deeper into the messages that you need for this reading, I feel called again to encourage you. Have trust, have faith, trust and believe that the universe will have your back as long as you have your own. Interesting. So I laughed because a card flipped over in kind of a dramatic way. And it is the Illumination card in reverse. Something about this reading is feeling very guided, feeling very connected to the recipient right now. You could be somebody who possesses power or some sort of platform, or somebody who feels called to obtain power or to create a platform for themselves. The Illumination card upright, from my understanding, I'm not sure if it's intuitive or something that I actually read, it's about something coming to light. You may feel connected to the sun, the literal sun in the sky, or the tarot card, the sun card. And tarot is interpreted as waking up to something, some sort of truth being illuminated. You might resonate with the idea of lifting the veil, spreading truth and light. I want to say you have the power, or at least the potential to have the power to do that. With this card in reverse, this tells me that there's a lot more darkness than light right now. Or it's a blocked opportunity to illuminate something, to yourself, to other people. What's standing in your way? It could simply just be time. You just have to be patient. But the potential is there. It's definitely there. Let's go ahead and draw these last two cards from the other deck. There could be something about a soundboard here, or some sort of deck related to noise. I don't know what it's called. But the card that I just pulled has two sides. The first side says, how can you ground yourself more to align more with the flow? Hint, it's your perspective. So this feels like confirmation for those of you who feel like they just need to be patient for an opportunity to spread more light, awareness, awakening. Maybe there's something here about grinding. The other side says, when you feel alone, make sure to express yourself more. That message with the number 333 coming through. Research. Reach out to those you push away. They want the best for you. So one side is talking about feeling alone and expressing yourself, and the other side is about grounding yourself and potentially changing your perspective. It does feel like there are a couple of things that you can do here that can make this journey easier. Expressing yourself, or grounding yourself, or both. Ground yourself in reality, the present moment, so you can prepare yourself for what's coming. There could be a storm coming. You have to be the calm in the storm. If you're already using your voice, don't underestimate the impact of that. Sometimes when we want a certain outcome, we feel like we're not getting there fast enough, or we're never going to make it just because we're not progressing as fast as we want to. But every bit of light that you bring into this world only expands the light that already exists. This is definitely a powerful reading for somebody, which would make sense if you are somebody in a position of power. The last card that I have, wow, The Walking Dead. Now, Some of you may be well aware that this is a TV show. But this is making me feel connected to the main character, Rick Grimes, somebody who feels called to lead amongst massive instability. It feels like there could be natural forces here that you have to learn how to manage. Whether it's how you emotionally approach it, or you're really pulling some strings here. There's something about a group of people, no matter how small or large, that aren't really paying attention. They're not yet awake. Maybe that's the group of people you need to focus on. Not to force them to see anything, but to help shine a light. Overall, this reading has heavily encouraged you to have trust and faith, especially in a sense of purpose and using your voice. It feels like the light in this situation, the illumination, is going to come from your voice. How you express yourself. Using your voice doesn't necessarily mean using words. It's just about communicating in one way or another. You are on the path to create more light. And it feels like in the collective, honestly. Even if you don't have a position of power, it could be the people around you. And it matters just as much. I'm feeling connected to the imagery of a drop of water falling into a body of water. And the phrase, a drop in the bucket. Your contribution could feel small. But don't forget about the rest of the water. The rest of whatever is in that bucket. That you are a part of. That you are not alone in. I really encourage you to take an opportunity, or to give yourself an opportunity to ground yourself, especially in trust and faith and whatever you need to help you feel at ease, to help you be the calm within the storm. Somebody here could be working on something very serious. There could be a lot of pressure. But remember that you know what else is created under pressure? Diamonds. This reading feels very, very powerful. And there's a certain group of people, a certain relationship, a certain situation where you need to speak. To help awaken the dead.